Honda has refreshed the Civic for 2025. The main attraction here is that it now offers a hybrid powertrain, which is going to be making over 200 horsepower and 232 pound-feet of torque through a 2-liter engine and 2 electric motors. Honda says that this is the most powerful non-Type R Civic ever, which is the title that only the SI should have, and shows how Honda has neglected that vehicle. But this blows vehicles like the Toyota Corolla and the Elantra hybrids out of the water because it offers basically the same power as the Honda Accord and CR-V, and it's similar to the power of the Toyota Prius, which makes up to 196 horsepower in all-wheel drive form. But one thing to note is that Honda is not offering the Civic in all-wheel drive, unfortunately. It's probably cheaper for Honda to produce the same hybrid system with similar power numbers and just put it in everything that they make. Honda says that the hybrid system won't affect passenger or cargo space, and Honda also says that the EPA combined fuel economy rating is close to 50 MPG, so I'm guessing 48 or 49. They also expect the hybrid to represent 40% of Civic sales due to them matching it exclusively with higher trims. There'll be 4 levels of regenerative braking, and this is going to be controlled through the steering wheel paddles. Honda also says that the Civic Hybrid will also receive unique spring and dampening tuning and a specifically developed tire. The suspension tuning is likely due to the additional weight and the way the weight is balanced from the hybrid system. I'm sure the tires is just to maximize as much fuel efficiency as they possibly can. Honda says that models equipped with the hybrid system will have the lowest noise, vibration, and harshness levels, which is just expected based on the fact that the hybrids are quieter in general. But Honda has done more here by including active noise control on all hybrids and wheel resonators on the sport touring trims. In short, this will likely be quieter on the road than Acura Integra, while being faster along with getting better fuel economy. Just seems superior powertrain compared to the Acura Integra, especially the CVT versions of that vehicle. If you're getting the A-Spec tech with manual and with the limited slipper differential, I guess that's a different discussion. Finally, the Civic Sport Touring Hybrid models will feature a new individual mode that lets you customize certain settings. And this was a feature that was previously only available for the A-Spec and with Tech Integra and the Honda Civic Si. And I guess the Acura Integra Type S and the Civic Type R if you want to get technical, but lower end trims of the Civic LX and the Civic Sport will be stuck with a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. If you notice, Honda did not give specific number here. If you watch my last video on the Civic leaks in Canada, it's rumored to have dropped in power from 158 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque to 150 horsepower and 133 pound-feet of torque. This will be paired to Honda's CVT transmission. If you remember, the 10th generation hatchback specifically came with a 1.5-liter turbo standard, which had slightly better fuel economy along with more power, but I guess Honda is saving every penny that they can here. Let's move on to the looks of this vehicle. Honda has given this vehicle a wider fascia similar to that of the Civic Type R. The grille is a honeycomb shape, and they've had this for a while now on the hatchback models and the SI, but now the sedan shares the same design. I think they made the honeycombs themselves smaller. It looks like there's a little bit more within the grille here, but I could just be wrong here. The next thing you'll notice is that the fog lights are gone, which is a little bit disappointing. Frankly, I think it's a good time to show what the SI will look like, thanks to this user on Reddit. And this comes from the Velocity Motorsport Club, and you can see the new fascia and grille. The sedan models will now have smoked taillights. The hybrid trims will get a distinct body-colored headlight garnish, which sort of outlines the lower section of the headlights and the front lower spoiler as well. All sport trims will continue to have the dark trim and the black 18-inch wheels. And disappointing news, the top-of-the-line sport touring trims that are hybrid will have a new machine finish wheel design, and to me it just doesn't look as good as the other wheel it replaces. It looks like it was made for a hybrid and it's meant to be more aerodynamic. It just doesn't look as cool as before. There'll be a few new colors for the Civic Hybrid, or just the Civic line in general actually, including Soul Silver Metallic, Urban Gray Pearl, Blue Lagoon Pearl, and that will be a sedan exclusive. There'll also be a new color called Sand Dune Pearl, and that'll be exclusive to the hatchback. Honda claims that the interior is refreshed, and it's pretty much the exact same as the old one, which isn't a bad thing, but if you expect additional features, you will be disappointed here. All hybrid models are now available with a gray interior color option. Sport Hybrid also comes standard with a moonroof, heated front seats, and dual zone climate. It's basically the new EX, however, it doesn't seem to be a leather option like the old EXL trims, as that were available specifically on the hatchback. Perhaps it's to separate itself from the base and A-Spec Integras, because it's essentially a Civic EXL with Acura styling. The biggest change is that all Civic models now come standard with front USB-C ports, and if you get the 9-inch infotainment system, which seems to be still regulated to the top trims, you'll get Google built in, like in the Honda Accord. Again, not a lot of new features here because the Integra exists and you can't really add a lot more, otherwise the Civic Sport Touring will be a better vehicle. And the Hybrid also kind of accomplishes that already, so you can't really go too much here, unfortunately. Again, trims for the Civic will be the LX, which is sedan only, and the Sport. Both will have the 2-liter engine. Next are the hybrid trims, which are the Sport Hybrid, replacing the EX and the EXL, and the Sport Touring Hybrid. Honda says that the 2025 Civic will be arriving at Honda dealers next month, while the Civic hatchback will arrive later this summer. But this leaves me some questions. What about the HR-V? Will that get a hybrid? It needs one, as Honda stuck it with the 2-liter and there's no 1.5-liter turbo option. What about the Integra? Could they replace the CVT models with the hybrid? It makes a lot of sense and way more compelling compared to what it is now. Maybe they keep the 1.5 turbo as an exclusive for the A-Spec with Tech manual models. It could also use the Google built-in that the Civic gets as well, or maybe they just won't update it as the same cadence as the Civic line, and they sort of did this with the Acura ILX when that was a thing as well. I'm curious about the pricing and the other trims, and I'll get that information to you as soon as that information drops. So that's pretty much all I got for you. So tell me what you think down below in the comments of what they did with the Civic and what that means for Honda's other compact vehicles in the lineup as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.